Hello, everyone. Welcome. And today we're talking about mermaids. Now, I'm Victoria, and at some point in my life, I was known as the mermaid girl. Why, you ask? Because um, I'll insert actually a clip here, but I'll mute it so I can talk over it. This was my final film in university. I was a 2D animator, and my baby basically is this film about two girls turn into mermaids. Oh, one of them turns into a mermaid. And yeah, this was my brainchild, I guess, because I always felt very connected to mermaids. I loved mermaids since I was young. I was pretending to be a mermaid when I was in water, and I just loved that idea of being in the water and also of sirens like singing, not the malevolent version of them, of course, where they lure the people, but the singing and the bringing good energy with the songs, something about the singing. So this has been with me my whole life, and I hope you enjoy watching this while you're listening to me. I will insert a link down below if you want to watch it with the music. Anyway, that is why I was known as the mermaid girl. And now, finally, I'll get to talk about mermaids, and we together we can get to know more about the mermaid energy itself. So, all of this information today that I will be discussing, this is what I received. So, maybe it will resonate with you. Maybe only half of it will resonate with you, or maybe none of it will resonate with you. So take it or leave it, whatever feels good to you. I just, I want us all to talk about mermaids because mermaids are awesome. And we know that they are because I really feel like you can see so much out there. Art, people, even feeling like they're mermaids, even people who aren't that spiritual, feeling so connected to mermaids, like kind of like I was in the past. And I'm sure at least some of you who clicked on this do feel connected to mermaids in some way. So why? Why do we feel connected to mermaids, and what's up with mermaids? Do they exist? I can't confirm or deny because in real life I've never seen any kind of creature like that. But from what I have heard and from what I received, there are some beings that look kind of similar to what we think of as mermaids, but they're not the energy that we're connecting with when we think about mermaids. So they kind of like are more things that kind of have like a part of them that looks a bit humanish, like that might exist in the actual 3D world and maybe someday will be found. But those are not the beings that we are connecting with when we think of mermaids. And there's a lot to even go into when we talk about mermaids. The word itself comes from mer, which is sea, and maid, which is young girl. So sea girl, or young girl from the sea. And ultimately, we all come from there, don't we? We all come from the water. One of the first, I guess, let's call it a being on the planet was water. People talk often about trees and really old trees, how they're so ancient and wise, but the water is even older. It's been here way longer than the trees have, I'm pretty sure. So the water has so much memory in it, and the water itself is usually related to emotion and memory. We all come from there. We all come from the water. It's said that life comes first from water, and then we evolve to walk on the land. Whether you believe that or not, there's a reason that is what's thought, because everything starts in the water. Even us, all of us start off in the womb where we're in liquid, we're floating. That's why floating in the liquid in the womb. That's why births in water are some of the most natural and beautiful and easy births, because it just it just flows. You flow out in the water. You come from water and you emerge from the water. And our bodies themselves are mostly made out of liquid. So water, we all come from there. It doesn't matter if you're a maid or a maiden or or not. We're all in a way mermaids. But there's something that they told me specifically about the mermaid energy, that the energy that we're connecting with is a specific energy that's they kind of explained it kind of like angels and seraphim and archangels. They come straight from source, from God, and it's kind of the prismatic rainbow energy that is, it's like different frequencies. It's not one frequency, it's a few, and it's like a song. So mermaids, the energy of mermaids is a song, and that's why to you they might already, or they might start communicating with some kind of song, with music, and connecting with them will really allow you to connect even more to music. The rainbow part is also very interesting. There's something about rainbow children. I've read about this. I've only read the name of the term. I don't know anything about rainbow children, so maybe you guys know more about them than me. I've just heard the term. But they're telling me that there's something about rainbow children, that the mermaid energy is very connected to rainbow children. And there's something about the multifaceted nature of just that kind of energy. From one, many are made. It's like the rainbow coming out like a prism from just one point, just coming out, so many colors. It's that burst. That's the mermaid energy. It's the burst of color, the burst of newness. And it's also very connected again to water, obviously. Water and the creation of water, the element itself. And the people who feel connected to this mermaid energy, they're connected to it because of their past life experiences and because of their soul's origin, because they are somehow connected to this burst that was the mermaid energy. I mean, I'm guessing most of us are connected to that, but some people are even deeper, more deeply connected to this energy. And yeah, I think that's about all they told me about the energy itself. They want me to focus on what more about it. So that's why I have these two piles here that I pulled beforehand. They want us to know more about what kind of energy it really is that they hold and we hold as well, and how it can assist us and help us. So let's check out what came through for what kind of energy this really is, the mermaid energy. So we have held here, children and pure intentions. And let's dive into these cards. I mean, held, sureness of the soil, unseen help, support, community. It really feels like it is a community of, it's like a community of mermaids that come together, help each other and support each other. But it's a childlike, very pure energy, a very pure energy, like untouched, just like that burst. It's the first burst of color. That's the mermaid energy. Some people probably are listening to this and thinking, "What? that does not resonate with me," and that's totally fine. This is just what I'm receiving. So again, take it or leave it. But yes, it's that very pure energy that comes from the start, and because so many of us are connected to this energy, there's so many of us. There's so many of us that are connected to this mermaid energy, that are, let's say, mermaids. So it's a big community, a big supportive community. When they connected with me now for before the reading, I felt this such gentle energy, the most gentle energy, and like they were around me and they were singing. My ears started ringing and gently allowing me to absorb their energy and the information. And unseen help, I really do feel for a lot of us. They are probably that unseen help that we might mistake as angels sometimes. We might mistake as fairies. We might mistake as well, you could maybe even say mermaids, fairies, maybe same thing. I don't know. The energy itself is slightly different. The frequency of the energy, that's what they're telling me. They're not too far off, but the frequency of the energy, fairies are a bit different. Anyway, they're beings that help us a lot. When you're very connected to mermaids, they're helping you throughout your whole life. And part of how they help you is by allowing you to open up to that inner child. That's why a lot of times it's the kids. When we're kids, that's when we're the most drawn to mermaids. That's when you might find yourself wanting to be or act like a mermaid, or to draw mermaids, or to be really into anything, shows, drawings, anything to do with mermaids. And as we become older, that magic kind of is left behind. Same thing with fairies. But I feel like with mermaids, it's even more, at least in the past, where they kind of vilified fairies, fairies too, but mermaids, and associated them with this possibly existing being that is not, yes, a bit malevolent, let's say, if you want to call it that, or is just like, in a way, like an animal. I don't know, we're animals too, so it's kind of hard to explain, isn't it? But there's something about vilifying that energy of mermaids. As we grow up, we're told that that child part, that pure part of us, it doesn't belong in us. And maybe even if we're not told that, we force ourselves to, or not force ourselves, we naturally start becoming less pure. We naturally start using our imagination less. It's that part that is always in us, that child part. They're also telling me that they're like the children. It's like, yeah, the rainbow children. I think that's why it was coming through, rainbow children. They literally are the rainbow children. They're rainbow-like. There's something about the frequency and sound of rainbows. I'm not sure what a rainbow would sound like if you take each like color and then make it into a sound and then put it all together. I'm curious, and if anyone's ever heard that, I would be interested to listen to that. But there's something about that sound that's somehow also connected to them. There is a way to connect to them. And there's something also here about surrender your ego that's really, my eyes really going towards that, because there's no ego there. They are a community. They are together as one, but they are also separate. And there's no ego when it comes to it. So it's like humans can also be together as one, but we still have an ego. And that is what really helps us exist here in the 3D. But they are not 3D beings, so they don't obviously need an ego to survive and to exist, so they don't have one. It's that pure energy, that pure blast of creation. That's what they're telling me, that pure blast of creation that just wants to create more colors, more sound, more beauty, more imagination, more creation. That's the mermaid energy. And it's, again, a very soft, gentle, and supportive energy. Whew. Let's check out how they can assist us, more about how they can assist us. So we have the bud here, and we have come to me. So the bud and come to me. I really feel like something they can really assist us with is creation, using our imagination to start creating more and more things, more and more of what we really dream of, and attracting the things that we really need that will help us. It's like they're connecting. They can connect each one of us with each other. If any of you discover my channel because of this video, it's because they are connecting you to me, for example. Or if you need some kind of particular person to do something in your project, they will somehow connect you with them and somehow connect you with that thing that you need. It doesn't have to even be a person. It can be with anything that you need to create this pure creation. Something that they're also telling me is that a lot of us that are very connected to this mermaid energy, we cannot create things with not a pure intention, basically. If you are basically making things because you want money and that's your sole purpose, you either not succeed at all, or you will struggle so much, because that goes completely against everything that is the mermaid energy. The mermaid energy just wants to create for the sake of beauty and creation, and for the sake of creation, for the sake of imagination, for creating more and more. And when you have those kind of more dirty intentions where, oh, I want money, so I guess I'll go start making paintings, and then I get money from them. It's not gonna work like that for you. So if you've been doing that, then if you change the reason of why you do things, that's when things will really start changing for you, because it's all about the intention here, the pure intention, and removing the ego from creation, basically. If ego existed when things were being created, our world would not be like it is. Animals will not behave the way they do. We probably wouldn't exist in the way that we exist. So create without any create with a pure intention. That's the best way I can say it. Create with a pure intention. And when you make things just because you really feel like you want to, just because you feel like this thing needs to come out of you need to birth this from you, or because you want to help many people, for example, and that's your honest, pure intention, that is when they will come and help you. That is when they will help you grow from a bud to a beautiful flower, to a flower that attracts whatever it needs. The flowers are there just to attract pollinators. So you're going from a bud to a flower that will attract whatever it needs. If someone is needed to fund or sponsor you, someone will come when you have grown from a beautiful little bud with pure intentions again to a beautiful flower, blossoming, blooming, starting to work on whatever you're working on. That is when they will start coming. They will start bringing things to you that you need. So, yeah. Let's check out the tarot cards here. We have the Four of Cups, the Five of Cups, and the Three of Wands. And that does make sense, considering the previous cards we got. So, again, something that they really assist with is... and it brings me back to that thing I said, where if you're doing something just because you want money, or love or something else, and your intention is not pure, then even if you get it, even if you get there, you'll not be happy with it. You'll not be happy with the water you've filled your cup with. Every single one of us is a chalice, a cup. And we fill it with all of the things that we consume, and all the things that we have around us, all the people that are around us, all of that fills our cup. So if you are filling your cup with things that obviously aren't bringing you joy, the things that you decided to fill it with just for a not pure intention, I guess, then you'll not be happy with these cups. You'll be thinking, well, this is, I did it, but I'm really not happy with it. So they can help you and bring you to the realization of where you need to go, what you need to get your filling from. So what is it that you're not happy with anymore? They can help you realize that. They can help you find what truly makes you happy, help you, guide you towards what is truly inspiring you and your soul. Again, creation, that burst of creation of a rainbow. They can help you with that, and connect you in some way to your soul memories as well. So help you go towards on your path to a new path, to become a little bud again. And that can be scary, but with their support, they can completely support you from going from something that, you've built up something, but you're not really happy with it anymore. And then you have to leave it and look for something new. They can assist you through this process, so you go through it more easily. And so again, you find new opportunities that aren't keeping you stuck in a box. It's really about getting outside of the box. Again, that burst out of the box that you've put yourself in. That is what they can assist with. And we have loss here. That is an interesting one to come through as well. Again, very fitting with all of the previous cards, because having to leave behind whatever you've created, whatever it is, a career, a family, a relationship, a house. If it's not for you, then you're going to have to walk away from it or lose it in some way. And that loss is not easy to go through. But it's the loss, it's the tears that come through from the sadness, the water that comes out of our eyes when we cry, that feeds the new flowers, feeds our new flower. So once we cry, once we let out our emotions for whatever we've lost, whatever has happened, let out your emotions and let your tears feed you. Maybe even like drinking your own tears. Filling yourself with the energy you need, because the tears, the water that comes out, it's filled with exactly the components that you need right now to heal you, to help you, and to let your flower bloom. Help your flower bloom. If we take rain as a way of the sky crying, it's, we need rain. So thank you for crying, sky. Thank you, because you help the flowers, the plants, you help them grow. We need to release this so that we can start anew and allow other things in our life to bloom. We also have Earth pulsing, pulse of the mother, slow down time in nature. So connecting with nature, connecting with them, connecting with nature. Obviously, a very nice way to connect with them would be in water, in the sea, in the ocean, in any body of water. And we even have the water here, like a waterfall. And look how this, there's definitely a reason it's exactly from this deck, because there's a few decks that have like similar cards with similar meanings. But this card came through in particular because of the image. Look how the water is filling the person's body. The person's body is water. It's water, and it's also the flowers. It's also the fauna of the world. We are part of all of that. And we create, from water, we create life. We create beauty. We create the flowers. So they're all connected. And the same thing, like if you're thinking, well, how can mermaids be rainbows and also be from the sea or connected to the sea? Well, it's all connected anyway. That's how. If they're the initial like burst of the rainbow, then of the spectrum, then it makes sense. Everything came from there. And yeah, there's definitely something here about that feminine energy. Of course, the word mermaid literally has maid in it, so feminine energy. And the word itself, the mermaid energy is the feminine energy, the energy of sisterhood and creating together, birthing together. And there's something also here about women and their cycles. You know how they say that women's cycles sync when they are living in the same place. That has happened to me, but there were also times that it didn't happen. And I feel like when it didn't happen, it was because me and the girl that we weren't syncing with together were just on completely different frequency. We were not vibing together, and we just felt very, very disconnected and different. But when you connect, you start to flow together. You start to flow through life together. And we're all floating through life together, aren't we? Some of us are bumping into more rocks and stuff than others, and into more barriers. But we're all floating through the waters of life. And we all are waters. We are the water of life itself. Whew. So connecting with them, connecting with the earth, and slowing down, using that feminine energy to be able to slow down. Slow down before you create, slow down while you're creating. No one is rushing a painter, a master painter, to create more. Maybe these days they are because of, the way that the system works. But no one should be rushing art. No one should be rushing anything. Everything has its own divine, beautiful timing. And when you're supposed to create something, you will create it. If you're supposed to create whatever it is that you're hoping to create right now, you will when it's the right time. Not right now because you've decided right now. Not right now because you feel like, oh yeah, maybe I'm ready. Maybe it's the right time. No, it will happen when it's supposed to happen. So slow down and be patient and connect more. Because once you connect more, you start realizing more about when the right actual time is, while now we're more out of sync or disconnected, for example. So we can't know when the right time is. We also have shower of blessings. Open yourself to receive and pay it forward. So that kind of abundant energy, that feeling of abundance, of flow. Abundance is literally flowing. You can see abundance itself in nature, the cycles of creation and everything. That little bud that gets watered and it starts growing, and then that beautiful flower that attracts pollinators. They get something, the flower gets something out of it. That's abundance. It's all beautiful. It's all flowing naturally together, and no one is asking the bug, oh well, you have to pay me to pollinate me. To come, or the bee to, you have to pay me to get this nectar, whatever. Yeah, no one is asking for that. Why are we? Good question. But yeah, that abundant feeling, that literally showering you with abundance. That's what they will do. Once you call on them, once you connect with them, once you ask them for assistance, they will shower you with blessings. But these blessings will be perfect for you. And it's not going to be, well, can you please give me $100? No, that's not how it works. They will give you whatever is best for you right now. And for some of you, that might be some kind of realizations that things need to change, that things you need to, go on a new path, that you need to create more, that you need to use your imagination more, that you need to have pure intentions. They'll find ways to show you all of that. So it's not going to be, again, exactly what you're thinking, like, oh, suddenly presents are coming at my doorstep. It will be abundance in another way. If you really need time to start creating, like if you need to write a book and you're procrastinating, or you just don't have enough time because you've taken up so many other jobs and things, they're gonna find a way to help you receive more time, and that might come in a form of losing your job. Which might be awful at the start, but then you realize, oh, now I have time to write my book that I always wanted to write, and it wants to come out of me. So again, that abundant feeling, you receive something, that you're receiving time, and then with that time you're making something, and then you're gonna touch so many people with your book, for example. So it's that receiving and giving, and being in a constant wheel of receiving, giving, and making sure that what you're giving is actually, positive. It has pure intentions. It has love in it, and not corrupted intentions. Let's say that. Now, I'm sure we can all find an area, a place that we have some of those, or we have blocks, or we have beliefs that are limiting beliefs that are hurting us in some kind of way. And again, the mermaids are gonna somehow find a way to help us with that. And in the end, their help will bring through good things in our life. Whew. And the last card I have here is Doorway to Fairyland. Funny that, I was talking about fairies before as well. But of course, this is like a more fairy-ish deck. Imagination is the key that will open the doors and show you the way. So using your imagination, again, our imagination is everything. Our imagination is why the world is the way that it is. Everything exists because someone imagined it. Everything, not just the human stuff. Even we exist because someone imagined us. We imagined ourselves here. That's why we're here, and that's why a lot of manifestation techniques are using imagination to imagine the future and bring it to you, because by imagining that, you bring it closer to you. Now, a lot of the people that, talk about manifestation, they don't talk about, you need to remove the blocks as well that are also hurting you, because if you have limiting beliefs, even if you're imagining that thing coming to you every single day, maybe it won't come anyway, because in your beliefs, you're thinking that will never happen, or I don't deserve this. Anyway, using your imagination to bring more pure energy, to bring more pure intentions, the more you purify yourself, the more all of these limitations and blocks that I was talking about, they will just naturally just be released. And the more you use your imagination and be more like when you were a child, think more like a kid, be more imaginative, that's when magic will start happening more and more in your life. And that's when you'll really start receiving more of the true blessings that everyone would think, oh, that's a blessing. So yeah, this was a very interesting reading. I personally learned a lot from all of this. I hope you guys feel the same. And let me know what kind of experiences you guys had with mermaids, how you feel connected to them. Do you resonate with any of this? What did you think? Were you blown away? I kind of was. I wasn't expecting this to be the answer of what is a mermaid. But yeah, anyway, if you're interested in a personal reading, details of how you can contact me are down below, and like and subscribe if you haven't, and I hope I'll see you in my next video. Bye.